Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've arrived in Wickhampton in Norfolk, which is just down the road from Halvergate, and we're here to do a 10-mile circular walk, which is the Mills Marshes walk. The official one is a 7-mile, but as I say, we're doing a 10-mile walk. Okay, so we're now going to be leaving the church, and the way we're looking now, that's the way we'll come back. So you want to head out on Church Road. The village sign is coming up here on the left, which I will show you. Beautiful village sign. So you want to walk a little way past the village sign and you'll come along and find Wickhampton Road, which will be on your right, and Wickhampton Road will take you all the way into Halvergate. Right, so we're now turning off Church Road onto that Wickhampton Road that I said, all the way down, very long one this one, all the way into the village of Halvergate. So we're just walking past the playground here, coming into Halvergate. I believe there's tennis courts and the cricket club plays there as well. So as I said a minute ago, this is where the road changes from Wickhampton Road to Baker Road. So we've finally come to the end of the road here, and as you can see ahead on the sign, the road sign, this is Marsh Road, where we want to take a right. This is also where we meet up with Weaver's Way. So we're now heading straight out to the marshes. Here you have the old Red Lion pub. And the sun is shining bright this morning, but it's still very frosty on the ground. -2 at 6 this morning. Just give you a little bit of information. The road we have walked from Wickhampton is the same road you drive into Park. So we're now on Marsh Road. To the left is Branch Road, where you go over the Halvergate Bridge to come into Halvergate Village from the Achill Straight. So we're veering off right here on Stone Road now, and of course you can follow the Weaver's Way signs from here for a little while. There you go, I'll just show you. And if you can remember at the start, I said the official walk is a 7-mile walk. This is where you'd start it, but obviously our walk is a 10-mile, which takes you round to Wickhampton also. And we're heading out here towards Mutton's mill to start with, Mutton's drainage mill. That's where we'll be leaving Weaver's Way for a while and joining back up with it later. Okay, so the asphalt ends here, so that's the end of Stone Road. And here we're taking a right, following them Weaver's Way signs still. As you can see, Mutton Mill is straight ahead there. I'll just give you a quick glimpse of the signs up here. Right, now we're heading out on the marshes. Like I said, we'll leave Weaver's Way shortly as we come level with Mutton's Mill. That's where we'll leave Weaver's Way. Still walking towards Mutton's Mill on Weaver's Way. and we're following the water here to our right, which is called the Fleet. Right, it's time for introductions. It's me, Chay, on the walk today, and we also have Lee out front there, and also we have Nutty Nanny. Come with us on the journey and hope you enjoy. Mutton Mill now coming up after this little bend on the left here. Now coming into the shot. Beautiful. When we get to Mutton's Mill here, this is where we'll be leaving the Weaver's Way, and we'll be following footpath signs from here, but we will be catching up and joining up with Weaver's Way once again later on. Here we are now then, we're right outside Mutton's Mill. We've just walked past it with it on our left. Beautiful. Recently restorated and looking stunning. And Mutton's Mill is Grade 2 listed, and it was also built in 1830. So leaving Mutton's Mill, follow the track all the way up to the next gate. And then when you get to the next gate, you want to be taking a right. Now come up to that second gate that we mentioned. So you know which way we're going now. It's a right here. There's some signs to follow. Still carrying on that footpath. There is a turn in here, left, but I believe that one's private. So you just want to continue more or less straight rather than take a right. You can see where Nutty Nanny and Lee are. So head for the muddy track, and obviously you've got water both sides still, so you know exactly where you're supposed to be going. Such a beautiful day, starting to warm up now. Got a couple of swans here to the left here. I would get you a closer shot, but I'm not going to cross that. Sorry. Alright, let's carry on slopping through. So again, you continue straight through the gate here. We've seen quite a few swans this morning. We've seen quite a few deer also, but they've been too far away, so unable to capture them. Hopefully we'll get some close-ups of some deer later. Maybe even see some owls out this way. So there's a lovely shot of High's Mill there, High's Drainage Mill. Don't know what year this one was built, but I know it's Grade 2 listed. Here we are then, Howard's Drainage Mill, and this was built 1850s, but unfortunately I've got no grade listing on this one. You can see the building on the left here of the path. That's Marsh Farm, and then a bit further up past that on the right hand side is Marsh Farm Cottage. So you know where you are to get your bearings. And not long after we get past the cottages here on the right hand side, we need to turn off right on a footpath. Okay, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, on our right here is Marsh Farm Cottages. And I also said we need to be taking a right not very long after we get past the cottages. Okay, so up ahead here is where I mentioned before about taking that right turn. So we're still on the public bridleway. It won't be long now. We'll have to cross the railway track, and then we'll come out at the pump station for bread and water. And we'll walk along Bread and Water's edge and the River Yare down to Burnley Arms. Take your left here, still following the public bridleway sign, and you want to follow this path all the way on the right hand side. When you come up to your slope here, veer right slightly, and then veer left again. Don't actually go through the gate. I can hear plenty of wildlife, but I can't see it. So we're heading towards Lockgate Drainage Mill, which, if you don't know if you can just see it, over there in the distance, in the middle of your screen. If I go right slightly, you can see a building. That's Bread and Water pump station, that is, and that's where we're heading. I'll just film this bit so you know exactly where you're going. Up the bank. Take a right here again. All heading towards Lockgate Drainage Mill. So you can see a concrete path coming up in front. You want to follow that straight on. Signpost here. Following the public bridleway still. Okay, I'll stop here because you won't be able to get a lot more closer than this to Lockgate Drainage Mill, as we'll be going in the other direction. So this is Grade 2 listed and was built in the 1800s. That's the best build date I can give you, I'm afraid. Okay, we're now coming up to the railway crossing, as you can see. Thank you, Nanny. Just give you a quick look down both ways of the line. See, there's Lockgate, and obviously we have the Bread and Water pump station here, and we want to be taking the right. Obviously, if you want to go to Great Yarmouth, you'd be taking the left, but we're going right. As you can see by the signs, we're now joining up to Weaver's Way and Wherryman's Way. Give you a quick glimpse over the wall here. Beautiful. Over in that direction to Great Yarmouth. Coming round to Bradwell, and the further you go round, Borough Castle. Okay, let's carry on. So you want to go up the slope here through the gate. You don't want to go right because that one is private. So make sure you're following the signs again. So follow them Weaver's Way signs, or the Wayman's Way signs. They're both here. As you can hear, the train is coming. So we'll hang about for a moment and get you a glimpse of the train, and we'll get a shot back on Lockgate Drainage Mill as well. So we'll just turn round. And you can see Lockgate, and the train is now coming. to say, this is one of my favourite parts of this walk. You've got the beauty of Breydon Water to your left, which then turns into the Riviera, and also branches off to the River Waveney as well, to the left further up. Beautiful. Looking back over the marshes where we've came. Seems a long way now. There's not much wind today, that's lovely. We've certainly picked a good day for it. We've been lucky so far.
Here we go, we're still walking along the water's edge path here towards Burney Arms Mill in the background there. Shortly, we'll come across the end of Breydon Water, and then Breydon Water will then split into the River Waveney on the left that goes through to Beccles, and the River Yare on the right hand side which goes through to Norwich.
Just in the middle of your screen there is the Burney Arms Mill. That's what we're heading for. And we're going to stop for a drink and something to eat there.
To our next destination, Burney Arms Mill, where we'll stop, leave Wherryman's Way but carry on Weaver's Way.
Unsure if you can make it out over there, but that's Borough Castle, Roman fort there over the water. And in front of us here now is the Burney Arms Mill, and on the right here used to be, unfortunately, the Burney Arms pub, but that's no longer open. Unfortunately, this one closed down in 2015, which is a shame, because I can tell you now I wouldn't be sitting down and drinking hot chocolate. Okay, so we just passed the Burney Arms pub. There are picnic benches outside there if you wish to stop there and have a look over the river. There's a bit of a chilly breeze today, so we're walking up a bit further. There's boat moorings here at Burney Arms as well, and these are free moorings. Beautiful shot of the Riviera there and Burney Arms Mill. If you just see to your right here, 2 picnic benches. This is where we're going to be stopping, having something to drink and eat. Okay, as you can see, we've cleaned all our rubbish away. We've just had our lunch and something to drink. Now it's time to go back up on the bank and get back on the trail. So obviously we're now going to head past Burney Arms, which is right in front of us. So right in front of Burney Arms Mill here, and this was built back in 1865. It's the tallest mill in Norfolk, 21.5 metres tall, or 71 feet. Okay, so we leave Burney Arms Mill, and you want to go down to the gate there where Lee's going, so follow the Weaver's Way sign. Thank you. I'll give you a shot from the other side of the Burney Arms Mill. So you want to follow the track straight out ahead after Burney Arms. And you can't see them now because they've just turned left here, but after the gate here, Weaver's Way veers off to the left, heading out towards Burney Arms Station. So the Burney Arms railway station that we're heading for is the most remote station in the country. you do have to request a stop and request a pickup, I believe. So make sure to do that, because you can actually start your walk from the station and finish your walk at the station as well, if you wish to arrive on public transport. Through the next gate, to show you the sign quickly, just to make sure. There you go, Weaver's Way. It can be a bit tricky following this field. Okay, our track forward is straight here, but obviously, as you can see, that's probably not advisable, so we'll have to go around this. And there's a couple of places like this on the way on this bit. So the best thing to do when you're walking across these marshes here is just to keep an eye on the Burnley Arms red station sign. Head towards that and you can't go wrong. Okay, I think there's 3 more gates to get through here before we arrive at the station. If I'll just show you how wet this marshland is here, walking through, just to give you an idea. But we are the beginning of March now. Okay, so remember, this gate here is always muddy or flooded like this, but remember, the big gate opens. Right. Don't have to get your feet wet or muddy. So we've got 2 signs coming up here in front of Nutty and Nanny. One on your right up there is obviously the Burnley Arms railway station sign. I'll show you up a bit closer in a minute, but round here we have Burnley Arms Mill, ancient monument. And there's an ancient monument standing right next to it there. Look, there's Nutty Nanny. Alright, we better carry on now. Okay, now coming over to cross the railway track once again. So we crossed it a few miles back that way. If I turn us round that way, obviously heading for Reedham. There's a Burnley Arms station sign, and if I angle down there to the left, on the left hand side down the path there, that's the platform where you'd get the train. But remember, you must request a stop and request a pickup. Okay, we'll carry on. And as you can see, lots of signage here, Weaver's Way. So we're heading straight down towards the next gate. And the Burnley Arms station was opened in 1884. So as you're walking through the marshes here after Burnley Arms, sometimes in the summertime you quite often get a lot of cattle grazing here, and sometimes bulls, but quite often cows. So this time of year is ideal. Farmers haven't put the cattle out to graze yet. This is where we want to cross the little wooden bridge. Obviously still on Weaver's Way. Just give you a quick look back at the mill and the station that way. And our journey will be heading right here. Straight for another gate. Weaver's Way sign still. Following along the dike here on the right at the minute. Still a beautiful day. Bright sunshine. Like I said this morning, very fresh. It's a bit frosty. Soon warmed up. There's another lovely view across the marshes. Now this time we're looking towards The mill in the middle of your screen is Cadger's Mill. That doesn't have sails, but the one on to the right of that is Polky's Mill, which does have sails. That's a very nice one, that is, to visit. And there's another one to the right of Polky's, but I can't see that myself, so I doubt you can see it on the screen, but that's known as North Mill. We'll carry on. So there's lots of mills to see, but obviously we won't be walking past any of them three over there. Polky's Mill can be picked up on Wherryman's Way. Okay, as you can see ahead, this is our next gate we need to take. And this one can usually get quite muddy around here, so we'll have to navigate this one the best we can, as you can tell by looking yourself. The next muddy gateway. Yep, too muddy that way. Go through the big gate. And we want to be heading. You can see a faint path in front. Straight across to the next exit or gateway. I can't really make it out, I can't remember now. But you're heading towards Mutton's Mill at the minute. Should be straight in front of you. Okay, as you can see, you can either do a long jump across this, which I don't fancy doing, or you have a wooden plank here to walk across, or you can just go down the end and get round. But I think it's easy enough to go across here. Obviously if it was wet it might be a bit more slipperier. Nice and simple. And we're heading towards the gate over there. Okay, we're now up to that gateway. Soon we'll be coming off Weaver's Way and heading out leftwards that way. That's Wickhampton Marshes. That's the way we want to head. We come through this gate and we take a left on Weaver's Way. I'll keep filming this whole bit so you know exactly where you have to turn. So left after you come through the gate. And ahead we want to follow on this track which sweeps left. So Weaver's Way, as you'll see when we get to the corner, there's a gate, and that's where you go across for the official 7-mile circular walk, if you wish to do that one. There's Mutton's Mill over there, so you'd walk down there, Weaver's Way, and back onto Stone Road and back into Halvergate. But we're doing the 10-mile unofficial, so we want to be taking that left down this muddy track that I said. Hopefully it won't be so muddy today as the last time I did this one. So as I said before earlier, Wickhampton Marshes now on our left here and ahead. Little left and a little right here. This is right near Stone's Mill. I don't know if you can see it there. I've now put it in the middle of your screen. You might just make it out above the tree line there. But I'll give you a better shot of this mill around this corner. I know this mill last time I came looked like it had been sinking slightly, bit of subsidence. So we're now walking past Stone Mill, which is on our right as we're walking past here. I'll give you a shot. You can see it a bit clearer now. But unfortunately, It's in better days. It's in a bad state of repair. As you can see, there's no roof on this one, so it's all open to the elements, I'm afraid. So I don't know how many more years this one will last, but hopefully for a few more. I have no grade listings on this building at all, and no building date neither, I'm afraid. So if any of you know any of the dates or grade listings on any of these mills, please put them in the comments for me, please, for future reference. Be much appreciated. So Stones Mill is the last mill that we passed today, unfortunately. So we're still heading towards Wickhampton and St Andrew's Church, where we parked up. If I turn you round, you should be able to see St Andrew's Church in the distance. There we have it then. That's St Andrew's Church in the distance. Still a little way to go yet, but we're nearly there. Okay, so we're finally getting off this muddy track, and we're now onto the concrete. So here we're taking the right turn back to Wickhampton. It really has been a beautiful walk. Sun shining, a little bit of wildlife. We haven't seen too much, to be honest. You usually get to see quite a lot more. Hopefully if you come on and do this walk, you'll see a lot more wildlife than what we did. But again, if you've enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe to the channel. That'll help us out a lot. There you see St Andrew's Church there. Okay, so we're now coming back onto Church Road, and obviously on our right is the beautiful Church of St Andrews, and this one is Grade 1 listed, and it was built in the 1200, and we parked just in front of the church. So I hope you've liked this journey today. As we're now coming up to the very end here, we better say our goodbyes, so I'll say goodbye and I'll turn round.
Bye bye, see you next time.
Catch you next time.